Hi everyone, it's Anya and Mitch from Cooking with Plants, and welcome to another episode of FAQ Friday. And today's question is being vegan hard?
Yes, in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely yes in the beginning. I mean, we've been vegan 3.5 years now, and it's
Just
second
fun,
nature.
it's easy,
It's easy. But definitely when we started, the hardest thing was, what do we eat? Because we were just so used to
I'm in a hurry.
grab
What am I going to
this
have? I want
and
to go.
and we had to learn to read labels and just check which products were vegan and which weren't, and how to replace our favourite meals. And I think
how to stay full, like eat enough, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I think probably some of the tips that we have would be go to a health food store and get someone that's knowledgeable there to take you around and show you what some of the vegan options are. Also have a look at a health food store online and just read through and learn about the different products that are available to you. And also search online for recipes for your favourite meals. So if it's lasagna or pizza, then do a search for vegan lasagna or vegan pizza. And you might not like the first one that you try, you might not like the second or the third, but keep going and you'll find one.
Yeah, I reckon I went through 10 brands of soy milk before I found one that I could live with.
Yeah, they all just taste so different.
And a lot of them have all sorts of additives and other stuff in them, so it took a while.
Yeah.
It was just all that path. And there's also like how much do you eat? Because at first I felt like I was being bad. Like, I can eat that many potatoes and I can have all of that fruit. It just seems like, no, this doesn't add up. I'm going to explode. And we were trying to lose weight at the time, so it felt like I was being bad somehow. But
the
it worked the opposite.
Dropped off at the time. But you do need to eat a lot more food. And you'll definitely get questions from family and friends. I think that's another hard thing.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Probably more so family than friends. But you will get those questions of, well, where do you get your protein, and are you getting enough calcium, and what about this and what about that? And quite often they don't even know where protein comes from anyway, and that a lot of our health issues in society are actually because we eat too much protein. So
often the people criticising us were obese.
Or they don't know the levels of protein that are actually meant for our bodies to function at a healthy level. So it's kind of quite amusing once you do educate yourself on how to be healthy and how to eat a healthy vegan diet as well. When you get these questions, then really educate yourself so you can answer the questions coming at you as well.
So the question is, where should you go and what should you do? And I mean, I think we've both got one place in our mind that really stuck with us.
Yeah, and it's nutritionfacts.org.
Yeah.
So nutritionfacts.org is a great website. It's run by a US-based plant-based doctor called Dr. Greger, and he's basically a full-time doctor, but his passion is to share all the research and
it's not really dry. Also, we should mention that it's a lot of it's in video. He writes articles as well, but it's not the sort of stuff that you need a PhD to wade through. It's written for the common man. And
he has a really good sense of humour too.
Yeah.
So basically the great thing with him is he goes through every single piece of medical research that's released in the English language, and he'll go through that and see what's relevant, what's not. He'll compile different pieces of information and he'll just make it so easy to understand. So definitely check that website out.
And I think that definitely sets some family and friends, particularly I'm thinking of your parents, they were worried about certain aspects, and you can pretty much search whatever it is, if it's protein deficiency, if it's not getting enough iron or whatever
calcium,
it is. Dr. Greger has an answer for it or a way around it or whatever. Whatever it is you require, he's got it pretty much. The only other sort of difficult area I would say in the family and friends would be socialising. So eating out can be an issue. It was more so at the beginning because we weren't quite sure how to do it. But now it's not a problem. We really have a strategy for that. Even if we're invited to a steak and seafood restaurant, we'll end up sorting something else for ourselves.
Not that we've gone to one in a long time.
I don't think we get invited much anymore to those sort of places, but even if we were, I'd feel confident that we'd come out of there with something.
Well, I guess we're in the lucky position where on the Gold Coast in Australia there are a lot of vegan restaurants and vegetarian restaurants. There's a big scene for that on the Gold Coast, whereas other people might be in an area where there aren't even any restaurants. So if you're going to a friend's house for a party, or if you're going out to eat socially with friends, then probably one of the biggest things to suggest is to pre-eat.
or pre-educate your friends. Say, look, I don't want to be the troublesome person there, but I know, you're cooking a barbecue. Can you throw, 5 potatoes on the barbecue and maybe put aside some salad without your creamy Caesar dressing on it for me?
Yeah. And I guess another nice thing is just to say, oh, look, I'll just bring something delicious along. Don't worry about me. I'll just bring something for myself. I don't want to be a burden, but I want to catch up with you. I can't wait to have some fun and hear all, what you've been doing for the last 2-3 weeks, whatever. So just make it about the socialising and not about the food. And if you do get questions, just be aware that you need to educate yourself and just be armed with the answers to those questions that you might get.
Just send everyone there on a guilt trip, basically. I think it's we've been much better being a role model when they notice you in a few months' time and go, wow, you've lost weight, or you look good, and go, So, you can do the same.
Yeah, so just be a role model and set a good example, and don't be preachy, but do be armed with knowledge and education so you can give a sound answer if people are asking you questions. And if there is something that you don't know an answer to, just say, oh, look, great question. I'm going to go and have a look at that because I don't know myself, but I'll get back to you. And it's just a great way for you to learn and for them to learn as well. So the other thing, I guess, to be aware of is that there is a lot of misinformation on the internet as well, and that you can pretty much find a scientific-based study on pretty much anything, whether it's going against a vegan lifestyle or for a vegan lifestyle. But at the end of the day, places like nutritionfacts.org actually make sure that these studies aren't sponsored by the dairy industry or the meat industry, that they're independent, that they're peer-reviewed. Yeah,
but even if you are sceptical of that, test it on yourself. Or we got our bloods done for our whole family, and we tested and measured, basically. And, guess what? Every single person that we got onto a diet had positive improvements. There was not anyone who's carked it from protein deficiency or anything.
I don't know anyone that's protein deficient, but I know plenty of people with cancer and diabetes and heart disease and all these Western diseases, so there's definitely a connection. So I guess the other thing is, if you are having issues or you've got questions or you're finding that going vegan is difficult, you just feel unsure, then reach out, join a community, preferably one that you have in your area so you can actually meet people face to face, but it can be very difficult.
Just find someone online. There's usually someone out there, you get answers back in no time, whether it's through a Facebook group or whatever. You can ask a question and they're straight back to you. Yeah,
definitely. So, join the community and get on the lifestyle and just enjoy all the benefits out there.
Life will be sweet.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.